Here's my thoughts and review of JJK Episode 1, Season 3. I like to start this off in preference to say I'm a manga reader, so I do know about the current events in the manga and how it ends. I don't remember exactly everything since it's been so long, and I didn't really sit down and read it. I kind of watch video recaps, you know what I mean? So I didn't really get in depth, but I remember majority of what happens in this beginning part. I'm not gonna sit here and act like all this is new to me and all this is fake to me, but I'm still giving my thoughts on this specific set arc right now for the first time. First things first, I really like how they started off this season. It was almost like a movie, how they were very ambiguous, and how the title of the anime came on once Yuta jumped through the curse with the blood spilling out delayed was beautiful. I thought the fights were also really well animated. Also peeped that they animated Noya's technique as the actual Noya's technique is the 24/12 frames per second. I don't know exactly what it is, but the 24 frame sorcerer, and they did a really good job of actually animating that well into the anime. He actually looks like he's moving frame by frame by frame, and the whole scene of Choso versus Noya, beautiful. One of the best fights I've seen in the show so far, not gonna lie, especially when it comes to animation. I didn't really have that much high hopes for it, but it actually shocked me and blew me away how good the fight actually was. I don't really remember it like that in the manga because I didn't really read the manga, but seeing it animated finally is actually pretty nice. Episode 3 though is kind of just like an exposition dump, and I don't mind it. I see that there was a lot of controversy online about people not wanting to see an exposition dump, or saying it's dragging on as a bad episode, which it's absurd to me, because how are we now in a time where an anime giving out the plot, developing the plot, is a bad thing? And I feel like compared to most anime, they did it pretty nicely. They actually put it into, little separate points for a lot easier, digestible to understand, a lot better than what the manga would have did. Honestly, I didn't understand what was going on in the manga. I didn't understand what was going on here because how well they've explained it. So I say kudos and props for JJK to actually, do exposition dump as well as it did. And plus, it sets up the plot for the rest of the season. Overall, this season started off really nice. Good animation, very cinematic so far, and honestly, the stuff that's going to happen in this arc is really going to break the internet. Can't wait to see more of JJK Season 3.